I was on Twitter today and I came across this post under one of Pierre Poilievre's Twitter posts. It's just a post talking about some Jewish holiday, nothing too big, but this comment here really caught my eye, and it actually, I feel like the commentator here, the commenter, made some good points on where the Pierre Poilievre campaign is going wrong. And what I found and what I have to say as well is that the current Pierre Poilievre, the one with, no glasses on, not very natural as he was before. What I mean by that is that he seemed to have more of a firebrand spirit when he used to be calling out people in parliament. He used to be going after the bureaucracy where there was, corruption and cash being wasted and the taxpayer was being cheated. That was the Pierre Poilievre that really got me interested in his politics. But now, especially in the past couple of months, we're seeing a lot more of a manufactured version of him. He doesn't seem to have that same, oomph, that would you call it, the same rigor. Though he, of course, does have it. That's where his roots came from. That's why people liked him in the first place. It's not, he just seems tired, very tired now. And I'll just read a couple points from this guy's post here. And he says, specifically, your campaign, their message is clear, crystal clear, he's talking about Pierre's, what's it called? His base and why people are starting to feel a little disfranchised by him. So he said, your campaign's gone soft, your vision's a mess, and you've strayed away from the principles that made you a force. If you don't overhaul your strategy, reconnect with your roots, and fire the campaign manager who's lost the thread, you're handing the keys to 24 Sussex to someone else on a silver platter, meaning Mark Carney. Um, and then he says, here's the raw feedback. You've swapped sharp, no nonsense leadership for vague platitudes and slick photo ops. The majority aren't begging for polished politics, they're demanding you tackle the fights that matter, grocery bills through the roof, a housing crisis slamming the door on young families, and a government taxing them into oblivion. They're sick of watching you flirt with trendy talking points to appease the ex elite. They want you, they want the old Pierre back. I was exactly thinking the same thing this morning, is that where is that old Pierre style? It's not there anymore. Uh, I hope that when the campaign comes around, he really brings it back and starts going on the attack. But I'll finish off what this guy said here first. The one who would call out bureaucratic nonsense and fight for the working stiff. Right now, you look like you're chasing polls instead of solutions, and it's shredding your credibility. Your support's eroding because people feel betrayed. They rally behind you because they rally behind you to be a bulldog against Trudeau's chaos, not a chameleon shifting shades for likes. Whispers are growing that you've been co-opted. Too many suits in your ear, not enough fire in your belly. The new watered down approach stinks compromise, and it's alienating the fed up majority who crave a leader, not a performer. Then he goes on saying that, oh, you gotta go back to the raw style, go back to the real fiery style, that this and that. But here's what he says. The last sentence here before he goes off into other stuff I don't really agree with. But the main point is roll out a bold, no BS plan that screams I get it and cuts the PR fat. What I think is going on in the Pierre Poilievre campaign, especially in the last couple of months, is they're very, very afraid of actually him and his style. His PR team, his campaign managers, they don't want him to, get up there and say something that might be too out of left field for the average Canadian Joe. Right now, they're thinking in the perspective that we can't upset the regular Canadian voter who is a little might be I'll call them what it is, soft, and doesn't want to hear some very uncomfortable truths or otherwise uncomfortable attacks, like he was known for doing. As you've seen him in the House of Commons, or even when he was in the hearing with Mark Carney, he was going after Carney like hard, and you haven't seen that in a while from him. But the idea is that the PR team and the campaign managers are now really pushing it to him that you have to be very calculated, very teleprompter prompted. You have to stick to the script, and you can't stray away from it. We don't want you to slip up and say one bad word or something or some bad statement and screw over the whole campaign. And that might have been true a couple of months ago, but right now it's really, really close to the election time, and you need to really, pack a punch now. It's time to bring back the style that the people actually enjoyed, the people actually gravitated towards, and not just try to be this typical cookie cutter politician. Pierre's got a lot looking up for him. He has a very good lead right now, but he has to finish it in a way that's true to his own roots and to what actually made people attracted to his politics. Not this manufactured politics that we always see from other politicians like everywhere. It's not going to work. Otherwise, they'll just vote for Carney. That's because what's the difference then? It's the same thing. They're going to have the same policies. In the end of the day, the liberals are going to copy the conservative policies in a large extent. You can already see it forming around Carney, the people he's going to put in beside him, how he's already dropping that climate terrorist minister, I forget his name, Jabalt or something. And eventually, the liberals are going to frame themselves as the sober conservative party. That's what they want them people to think, at least. But what Pierre has to do is he has to bring back that style, that real, the populist style is what they would like to say, but that style that really had him in the public eye because he was actually calling out solid points, solid issues, and really going at the meat, the core, and with no burden or no standing back. That's what he needs to do now. That's what he needs to do to win. That's just a interesting piece of critique I felt that would be necessary if he wants to see that he actually doesn't lose and actually might secure a majority government this time around. So thank you again for watching. Leave your comments down below, your opinions, and I'd love to hear them. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.